doesn't make sense. Not a little off. I'm talking about nothing lines up. And the more that comes out, the worse it gets. Now, Trump has skipped the White House Correspondents' Dinner for years. Doesn't go, doesn't play along. And then suddenly, this time, he shows up. And it just happens to be the one where there's a shooter inside the building. Yeah. All right. This sounds a lot like Butler, how CNN has never been to one of his campaigns, and then they're there. Now, let's start off with what they're saying happened. Suspect Cole Thomas Allen, who just so happens to also wear the same sweatshirt that Jeff Yeppe did. Weird. You just don't rock that shirt. Okay. You just don't rock that shirt. Keep that in mind. 31 years old, California, educated guy, teacher, developer, engineering background, cross-country travel. Now, that's been something that's happened quite a lot lately with these guys. Stays in the same hotel, shows up armed with multiple weapons. I'm talking about pistol, shotgun, knives, so on. He charges a security checkpoint. That's the baseline. That's the story. Okay. Now, let me drop in here real quick. This is straight from my boy Jesse on Fire breaking.
This is on Benny Johnson's X account. He's holding a sign, right? You can zoom in on that and make it a little bit easier for everyone to see, right? He's holding a sign, okay? And now he's running with the sign. Here he comes, guys. He's holding a sign, and his face swallows it. Where did his sign go? It's not on the ground. It's nowhere. His face swallowed the sign.
And not to mention, so we got AI video, okay, security video. Now, explain this, okay? So we got that AI video. Thanks, Jesse O'Fargo. Follow him. He's a good friend of mine. So fake security video. Now, I want you to explain this too. How does someone move through the hotel, blend into the environment, carries weapons, and makes it that far? At an event with that level of people, because what people are saying, there barely any security screening. Listen to this girl here.
Into the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Honestly, as somebody who went, there was no security. You just showed your ticket and you were able to completely get in. There was just no pat downs, no metal detectors, nothing going on. So really horrible setup, and I just don't even understand how that was a thing when the United States president was going to speak, who has already had assassination attempts on his life. So really crazy.
The other thing in Cole Allen's manifesto, he even states this on one of the, I think the third page. He says there was no damn security, not in transport, not in the hotel, not in the event. Like the one thing that I immediately noticed walking into the hotel is this sense of arrogance. I walk in, multiple weapons, single person, not a single person there considers the possibility I could be a threat. The security of the event is all outside, focused on protesters and current arrivals, because apparently no one thought about what happens if someone checks in the day before. Like this is the level of incompetence is insane. And I very, very sincerely hope it's corrected by the time this country gets actually competent leadership again. Like if I was an Iranian agent instead of American citizen, I could have brought a damn Madus in there. That's a 50 caliber. And nobody would notice shit. Actually insane. Yeah. So even he documented that in his manifesto, which is crazy. He noticed it. So no real process. People are getting waved through, no serious checkpoints. And that is not tight security. That is wide open. Almost like they wanted it to happen. You know, the other thing I thought was alarming is I thought everybody that was in Butler guarding the president at Butler was terminated. No. This chick was there. Again, the same one that let it slip last time was there guarding Trump again. We're on repeat. It's really bizarre, is it not? It's bizarre. Here's a clip just so we can see them getting the president out. But at least Kash Patel was there, though. He was there. But anyway, then you got this, though. A woman calls in a Fox after an incident. Says Carolyn Levitt's husband leaned over before and everything kicked off and basically told her, man, be careful. Be careful. Something of those lines. Let's play it. Let's play it.
Press Secretary's husband. He was one of our guests. He was seated right next to me. And, right as the dinner was starting, the national anthem happened. And then he kind of leaned over and said, I watched you on TV. You do a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, there are some.
Sounds like we lost Aisha's phone there.
So the call drops, cut, gone. Now, what was that? Coincidence? Maybe. But maybe it's another piece. Okay. Weird. The other odd thing is Carolyn Levitt even said shots fired. Listen.
Classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone.
And all the ball worshipers have to tell you that what they're doing up front. Don't you think that's odd?
Some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be
really, you can't make this stuff up. It's too many things. Too many things. Then this is where it gets even more insane. You got an X account from December 2023.
In 1952, the average American man's blood pressure at age 60 was 121/70.
Got an X account from December 2023. One post, that's it. One post. No history, no activity, just Cole Allen. Cole Allen. He joined December 23. The only post this guy made, Henry Martinez made, was on December 22nd, 2023. Cole Allen. Tell me. Make it make sense. Right? After Charlie Kirk's death.
I just want to go find.
That's when you knew everything was fake. Anyway, more things start circulating again, guys. The manifesto targeting Trump administration officials, a donation record of $25 to Kamala Harris, mixed background stories depending on the source, and then again the floating the post of him wearing the IDF shirt. Again, that doesn't prove anything by itself, but it adds to the pile. Masada always comes out. Now, the other thing, watch what happened after the fact, okay? Immediately after. I'm not talking about days or weeks. I'm talking about immediately after Donald Trump.
A particularly secure building. And I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen.
Immediately after, ballroom. We need a ballroom. This is why we need the ballroom. Build it now. Trump says it. Politicians are saying, and then influence galore. Influencers galore. Everybody's They got an email, I guess, it had to be, from the White House press to start pushing this ballroom. Like, this is the most dire thing in the freaking world. We're at war with Iran, but just like this, every influencer, all the Israel First influencers, by the way, all of them, every single one of them, even Fetterman is coming out. Yeah. Now was circulating. Oh yeah, here's Trump's post. We need the ballroom. Weird. People are saying it though. U.S. analysts believe President Trump staged his assassination attempt at the White House dinner so he could blame Iran and resume attacks. They're saying that too. And I'm going to get into something even darker about that in a moment. I'm waiting to show you this because most people didn't pay attention to me the other day. And this is going to blow your socks off.
Right now that's skeptical about renewing those powers.
Well, Jackie, I know both sides of it because Pfizer was used against me.
Oh, because I know both sides. It's okay. I'm willing to give up my rights because it's happened to me. They use it illegally against me, and I'm okay with it. So you should be too.
And very, very viciously by a dirty cop. You know, we had the Comey gang, Comey and his remnants, and it was used against me. And they used it very illegally. I mean, they signed court orders that were illegal. Mm-hmm. Every one of those people should be prosecuted. Frankly, it was used against me. Now that's the bad news. The good news is that the military really needs it, and it's really needed for national security. And there's a division, but I was willing to give that up. I mean, because again, it was used against me more than anybody else, and by bad people.
I'm willing to give it up. And it was even used against me by bad people.
By sick people also. These are sick people. Comey was terrible. He was a horrible, sick person. He had real problems. And I use the word to describe him. He was a dirty cop. It's an old-fashioned term, but he was a dirty cop, bad guy.
It's not an old-fashioned term.
And there were other bad guys. And they used Pfizer illegally. They used it for a purpose that wasn't supposed to be used for. Okay. On the other side, you have the military. They really need it. General Raisin Cain. Look at the success we had in Venezuela. Look at the success we're having with Iran. I mean, Iran is decimated. And we got a lot of information by using Pfizer.